Greetings everybody, Multi-Retroman here. Now, in this video, basically I'm saying bye-bye to Sky. I've been with them now for 18, 19 years now. In the past, I left them, as you might be aware, ago I cancelled the TV package because they were basically showing the same repeated rubbish that there was on before. So I cancelled the TV. I just basically had the broadband and the phone line. That was it, you know. I then decided to go with the Sky Q box because it was supposed to have UHD content, and it turned out it didn't have it at all. The content, the amount of content there was rubbish. So I was missold the product, and I said, look, I'm not happy about this. I want to cancel it all. So they said, okay, fair enough. So then I went to Virgin Media, which was a bit of a disaster because they're absolutely hopeless. And they basically lied about quite a few things, and the most important one was that you didn't keep your landline number when you transferred back from them back to Sky. You know, because I was told that you'd keep your number, you know, you could transfer it back to BT or whatever, and it turned out you couldn't, so you had to have a brand new number, which in some respects was quite good because it cut down on the amount of spam phone calls you got, you know. So follow on from there, I decided to go back to Sky because they had a good offer on, you know, it was really good products. And it was, I think I was paying £60 altogether for the fastest broadband internet, which was, it said on the thing a connection of 59 megs, but sometimes I get 56 meg downloads if they were doing a lot of downloading, you know, and there were not many people using it. But on the whole, generally maybe about 45, between 45 and 50. After, there was also the basic TV package that had, but I had to have like HD content for stuff because I wanted the Netflix account. We had the Netflix HD package, but in order to have the HD package, you had to pay for the UHD content, which was a bit ridiculous, you know. So to have the full HD content with Netflix and the maximum 4 users, I had to have pay for the UHD content with Sky. So that was a bit of a you know, bit annoying. And we didn't have the Sky with Sports. We didn't have the movies either because we didn't think it was worth it, especially the amount we were charging for them. So what then happened was they said obviously the price of the contracts was going to go up. I can't remember now exactly how much it was. So each year I phoned them up, negotiate a new contract, and the latest thing was said, oh, well, we'll send you the latest router, you know, no, we normally charge for that, but it's going to be free for you. And we normally charge an extra price on top of your bill or whatever, and we're not going to charge that either. It's going to stay the same if you want to keep them at £60. But then part of the conditions was that you agreed to any price increases in the future. And I'm thinking, well, I've been with it for such a long time, I don't think it'll go up that much. And it did. I think it was about maybe 5 or 6 months ago, I could be wrong, maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 months ago, the price increase went up by £8. Now, it was for various little bits of the add-ons, they said, for the TV, you know. So the HD package, that went up, like I said, £2, something else went up £2, things like that. So basically it went up £8. And then I got an email to say that my contract was due to be up, so they was going to increase the price by, I think it was something like £30. Okay, so it was going to go up to about £98 a month from £68 a month, which I thought that is just absolutely ludicrous. And they said, obviously, this is an offer that's available to you at the moment. If you sign up to this thing or whatever, it will be something like £88 a month or something ridiculous, you know. And I'm like, no, I ain't paying that. That is just too much. So I phoned them up, and the person I spoke to was very difficult to understand. You know, you had to listen really carefully. And he said that the cheapest we'd be able to get it for would be well, he basically said he could keep, I think it was, we can keep the internet prices as they are, but the TV package would have to go up in price, you know, so we couldn't reduce the price of theirs. So he said, you're looking about £80 a month. And I said, that's still too much money. Can you put me through to the cancellation department? Which he did, you know, and I spoke to a guy there, and he was a lot easier to understand, you know. And I explained to him, I said, look, I said, the thing is, the problem I've got is it's coming to be too much money. I says, now, I looked on various different internet providers, if you like, and one of them was EE, and they said, oh, well, we've got this package which is something like £33 a month or something, but you don't get a landline with that. And I'm like, right. And they said, and the speed will be slower than you're getting now, which was quite a bit. I think it was something like 35 megs. And I'm thinking, what was the point? It does not make sense to pay for more, to pay more, or as it works out to me, speed-wise, and the fact you're paying more because you're not getting the line rental in with that as well, to do that, to pay for a slower speed and no broadband, it was a bit silly. And the reason why, I mean, like I said, there's other ones as well. There was Vodafone internet, which I hate Vodafone with a passion anyway, because they ripped us off many years ago, but that's digressing. The reason with Vodafone, the problem was you had to have a mobile phone with them. You had to have a mobile phone contract as well in order to gain the broadband deal, which I was like, right, that's not going to happen ever. So I then looked at BT, and they were quite expensive as well compared to the other prices that I've seen. And in the end, I plumped for, and I know this is going to sound a bit silly because it's part of Sky anyway, but I plumped for Now TV. And the reason being is that I was told, I was under the impression from Sky that I was getting a certain speed, and that's what I should always be getting. And when I looked on the Now TV website, excuse me, I was getting basically exactly the same. It said that it was showing the same speed that the guy I spoke to at Sky got, and I was obviously on the phone to him at the same time. And I just said, look, and he says, well, one thing we can do for you, he said, instead of having the Sky Q box and everything else, he said, reducing the price of it to similar to what you want, like around about £60, is because you've got the Netflix subscription. He says, this is doing what they call a Sky streaming thing, which basically entails that you have a box that connects to your HDMI port instead of using the Sky Q box, And I thought, well, that's okay, but there was an issue. It worked out, I think it was something around about £58 or £59 for one device with Netflix. And with that, you got just basically the Sky streaming box that connected to your TV. So I think I could keep the booster because I got a booster upstairs that helps the signal upstairs, which I'm going to buy a separate one anyway now. But I believe that was the thing, and I sort of thought, oh, that's not too bad. But then I sort of looked at it, I thought, hang on a minute. And like I said, with Now TV, for 12 months, I've actually signed up for this, and it works out £21 a month for the same speed of the internet, including the line rental. Okay. Now, after 12 months, it goes up to, I think it's something like £38 a month, which obviously is a big jump. You're talking, what's that, £17 more, something like £17.50 extra on top of that. But when you factor in, say, at the moment, like I said, £21 for that, we've looked at, there's Disney Plus that I've got an offer on at the moment for $1.99 a month for 3 months, which we signed up for because we want to see what it's like, first of all. And then that's then charged at £10.99 a month afterwards. You've then also got, with the Netflix, that's $14.99, or I'm sure it's about $14 or $15.99 a month. On top of that for the package that we've got with Sky at the moment. So you had £21, add the £15, which is $36. And then obviously the Disney one, that's slightly different, but it still only works out less than £50 a month, I think. Yeah, 36, yeah. Yeah, at the moment, less than £50 a month for getting the pretty much what we normally use with Sky, apart from obviously the facility to be able to pause and pause and record live TV. Now, personally, I'm not that bothered about it, because 9 times out of 10, things that you want to watch, you can watch stuff on YouTube. You can, like I said, if you've got the Disney one and Netflix, there's pretty much going to be something that you want to watch anyway. And as my wife mentioned, she said, well, the thing is, I'm going to miss not being able to record and pause it live TV. And I said, yes, but the thing obviously you've got to bear in mind is that we're still going to have the Freeview channels, which obviously there might not be a lot of, but that's by the by. Most of the stuff we've seen on TV that we've recorded, she starts playing it and it's suddenly like, oh, I remember that one, we saw that one before. So it gets deleted. You go to the next one. Oh yeah, I remember that one, deleted. Because they're just doing all the stuff because they're not producing anything new or anything that's any good, in my opinion. So, going forward, like I said, I'm leaving Sky after all this time, and the guy was, you know, he says, well, the thing is, he says, your broadband will finish, your internet will finish on the 25th. He says, but we're not, I'm not cancelling it on that day. It will obviously go over when it goes over to the new one, you know, to Now TV. So even though it's a part of the same company, it has to switch from Sky to Now TV. So they're going to keep it live, Sky, and then Now TV is just going to take over the line and everything else. And I've signed up for it, paid for, and everything else. And I've no doubt I'll probably get a phone call from Sky and they'll say, oh, well, we can offer you da-da-da-da-da. And I'll say, I'm sorry, you're too late. I says, you know, and what they say as well is on the offers that are available are only available at the time of when they click on a button and say, this is what offers you can have. You know, it's not a case of, I tell you what, I'll have a word with my manager and see if we can do anything better for you. Now, is it a better way of working? I suppose it is, because you're not wasting as much time. Because I mean, I was on hold. The first person that was difficult to understand, I was put on hold for about 5 minutes before he could come back with any prices, and you know. And then the second time, when I spoke through to the cancellation department, I was on hold for 10 minutes. So you know, so 15, 16 minutes, wasting my time just waiting. Which I know, yeah, I'm not. It's not a rant or anything like that, you know. But it's time that, if like years ago, you would be transferred pretty much straight away to somebody else. But because they were, a lot of them, I believe, are working from home, that's why you're getting these delays, because they're obviously having to contact somebody else and do something else or whatever, you know. And I'm not knocking them, you know, it's not their fault, you know, they're working from home, they're doing the best that they can, you know. But as I said to the person, I said, to me, it just seems that a loyal customer now is not being rewarded like we used to be. You know, we used to get discounts and say, oh, you'll be here such a long time, you will get more discounts. And I understand that, you know, with the wages going up and everything else, you know, I get that there've got to be some price increases, which I accept. But when you think it's going up from £60 a few months ago to then the guy on the phone without any discount said it was going to be over 100. I mean, obviously before he said it was 90, that was with the offer, current offer at the moment. So if it didn't have an offer, it would be over £100. Absolutely crazy, you know. So going up £40 a month, you know, that's you know, that's in a year, it's more than I paid for my car, ish. Well, yeah, near abouts, you know. And I mean, bought a second-hand car, but that's by the by. So, what do you think? Have you any offers similar to that? I mean, where I am at the moment, we don't have the full broadband speed. You know, we're not on to full fibre. We're on just normal fibre at the moment. So that's why we can only get certain speeds. But a friend of mine, he's got full fibre, he's getting 500 meg download speeds, and he's paying $34.99 a month. Now, to me, that's good value. That's worth paying that much for fast broadband, because like I say, streaming stuff, perfect. No dropouts or anything. Yeah, seriously though, Sky Glass, to me, I've seen so many bad reviews about it. You know, people saying it keeps glitching all the time, it doesn't work properly. They're saying that the sound is great, you know, the sound is good on it, but I've got a basic, you know, 5-speaker setup surround system that's connected to the TV, that then connects to the Sky and everything else, and it basically plays everything in like 3, you know, surround sound. So why would I need a different TV to replace it? I don't. And to me, it's more hassle and messing about having another TV that then you've got then to return back when you cancel the thing. It's just too much messing about. So, do you think I've done a good deal? £21 a month for the internet, plus the other bits are obviously extra. Because the other good decent things, or the good things as well, with it, like with Now TV, if I want to have an entertainment package on top of that, I can do something, pay much, whatever it is, and then it gets added to that month. Now, if I then think, oh, now it's rubbish, I don't want it anymore, or I don't want to watch anything like that, you can just cancel it. You're not tied into any minimum contract, I believe. We're looking at the things on it. So that's why I signed up originally for the £21 a month, just for the internet. But that was the fastest internet that they did, which was, like I said, the same speed as what I'm getting now. So why would I not, you know? They did, I think they did another £21 broadband, but that was slightly slower. And I think it's obviously these introductory offers you get, you know, so it's like to say, oh yeah, we'll have the fastest, and then it goes up quite a lot. But 12 months time, I could be looking at another alternative internet provider, because by then I might have got full fibre and I could go with somebody else and, you know, like my friend's doing, £34 a month for fastest broadband and keep the other stuff and still be cheaper than Sky, you know. So like I say, in 12 months time, when it goes up to £38, £13.99 a month, you've got your, obviously that's going to be £10.99 for Disney, so that's £49.98, something like that. Yeah, and then let's work out £65 with Netflix, or £64 with Netflix. But my issue is that you can watch live TV anyway, because we pay for a TV license, and my issue was that we're paying the TV license, which I don't really agree with anyway, but I understand why they pay it for certain stuff. For live, it's basically for live TV. The other day I watched England football match, and I'm thinking, well, if I'd not got that, I want to be able to watch it. So to me, I think, okay, it's not worth the money for the TV license, in my opinion. I could, you know, I don't really think about it, but I think it's still a bit too expensive. If they put it down to £5 a month, then I think more people would pay, you know. But for what it is at the moment, it's too expensive. But you've got, you know, while my wife likes to watch live TV and record live TV, we pay it. So Awesome is here, so I shall continue the video in a bit. Today is the day that we get switched over from Sky to Now. So, when it transfers over, I'll change all the things over and try my new Wi-Fi extender to see whether it works well or not. Okay, so I checked on the website for Now, well, the Now TV or Now Broadband, and I was trying to access a different website, and it said that it came up with a thing that a Now, what do they call it, the Now parental privacy thing, you know, like parental guide thing, you know. So I thought, right, we'll give it a try. So I basically unplugged the Sky router, just connected the Now one, just plugged it in as normal. I'll show you what the router looks like. In fact, before I do that, I'll just show you what that's speed. That's literally from just plugging it in now. 53 megs, which is pretty good for the connection. In fact, I think it's faster than before. Okay, so it's probably the only thing that's connected on the network at the moment, but that's still good speed. And that's what it looks like. It's basically the same as the old Sky one. However, as at the end of the day, I'm paying £21.99. Okay, we've not got a TV, but I'm paying £21.99 a month for 12 months for the broadband and the telephone line. Obviously, that's not including any calls, because I'm not about calls. But £21.99 a month, so far so good. Okay, so now I've got that set up. I now need to set this TP-Link thing up, which is this one. I decided to buy this one off on Amazon, because the one that I've got upstairs is from Sky. So I need to follow the instructions on this. It says plug the extender into a power. Plug the extender next to your router. Wait until it's power turned solid on. So it's solid on. It's blue anyway. And then set up via the Tether app. So I'll have to log off and resume afterwards. So I'm sort of pleased with it, but it's not. Well, what I wanted, what I was hoping for was that it would be just an extension of the original, the original, what's it, the access point name, if you like, and it is, but it's using a different connection. It's called like the same name, but with _ext, as you can see there. That could cause some issues, especially if you're like going from downstairs to upstairs, then back upstairs to downstairs. I mean, things like Xboxes, if something's staying upstairs, it's going to connect to that, then that's not going to be a problem. It's just like you said, mobile phones. If I go downstairs, is it going to reconnect? Is it going to am I going to have to keep changing between the two, which could be a right pain at the backside if it does. But as a cheap alternative, because like I say, it's cost me 40 quid, so in the amount that I've saved in 1 month, it's already paid for this Wi-Fi little extender, so it's obviously giving it the name _ext, which I didn't really want to, but I don't believe, as far as from what I can read on the thing, I don't think Now Broadband has out what they call tethering, which I believe is the same as, giving it the same name. So looks like I might have to just stick up with that and hope for the best. So I've obviously gone to the I've got like an Amazon Fire Stick, and it's obviously going onto this, so authentication issue because that doesn't exist, but here we are. That's that one and that one. So if I connect onto that one, and you're using this to try and change the letters is not ideal. Okay, so let's see how it plays. This is directly from YouTube. No, I don't want that. And to be honest, it was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. So yeah, it saved me about £10 from what I'm going to pay with Sky. And the actual thing itself is my own now. And I'll show you what it looks like turned on. There we are. In all its glory. It's probably not focused very well, but if you're getting close, you can see the lights. Lovely blue light there, and the 3 blue lights to indicate. So that, to be honest, it's working a lot better than I thought it was going to. I did think I might have had some issues, because previously somebody gave me an old TP-Link thing, which is like a smaller connector, and having the instructions has really helped, because what you're supposed to do, which obviously I don't know if people are aware of, you're meant to plug it in next to the way, or into the next socket, if you like, near to the router, and then once that's started working, or it does its connection, you then have to log on to the internet connection of the TP-Link, and using the app you then create an account if you haven't already got one, which is what I did. I don't mean I've got an account, but I created an account, logged onto it, and then chose that proper actual thing. And what worried me at first was it said internet not available, so I'm thinking, why isn't the internet of it not available? And then obviously when I looked at it, it seemed fine then, so fingers crossed all will be okay. But it seems that I might have fixed it, because what I managed to do was log on to actual, what I did was I logged on to actual router itself using my phone, using the app, and got into one of the settings. I can't remember which one it was, I'll try and put it on if I remember, and just deleted the _ext from the name. So hopefully, I mean obviously I'll have to go up and change the connection on the Amazon Fire Stick, but theoretically if I go upstairs, which I'll probably test in a minute to see whether the Wi-Fi drops or anything like that has caused any other issues, hopefully it won't. Fingers crossed. Just when I thought it was all going well, I've now got a thing where the router's disconnecting and reconnecting. Luckily, it looks like it could have been just some sort of update on the router. Fingers crossed anyway. It's like back up, and well, I'm connected back to the I'm connected back up to the internet now, so that's all good. So I've not done the test upstairs yet, but I'm hoping, and I don't think it should be a problem really. So far so good. Right, it's now 2 days later, and I'm happy to report no issues whatsoever. I tried to test at the far end of the house in the bathroom with the door shut, and I was getting I did a speed test on it just to test it, and I'm getting about 54 megs, which is basically the same as what I was getting before, if not better. So that TP-Link is absolutely superb, really worth the money, and I'm glad I paid a little bit more to have the 3 antennas, because they said that you need a minimum of 2 really, and I'm thinking, well, if it's got 3 and it's slightly better speed, it should be a bit more future-proof than the other one, because the maximum speed, etc. So yeah, so now broadband, excellent stuff, highly recommend it. Have you ever had any issues with now broadband or anything? So far so good. I mean, it's early days, but as yet everything seems okay, and I'm really pleased with it. So I would recommend you check them out if you're fed up with Sky paying loads and loads of money. Check out Now TV, or Now Broadband rather, because they do a package of a TV variety package thing. But it works about £10 a month, and you don't get that many channels. I mean, one of them's that gold, but nah, forget it. I'm not entertaining that either. No chance. So thanks very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it quite useful and it was informative. If you'd like any information about what the purchase that I've made regarding the TP link, just let me know. But you might be able to pause the video. If you have any issues or anything like that, if you have any comment whatsoever, feedback or anything, please let me know, because I really appreciate your comments. And consider subscribing to my channel and hitting that bell notification for updates to get notified when I upload new videos.